Hi everybody. So this morning I woke up, and like many mornings I wake up, my phone is my alarm clock, and the progress of a morning with or since the advent of smartphone technology looks like this. I turn off my alarm, I sit up, and I proceed to check through what emails have come through in the middle of the night, and as well what has elapsed on Facebook. And more, especially in the past couple weeks, I'm noticing that a lot of people I'm close with, family and friends, post that they're not sleeping. And that kind of coincides with me receiving emails that are timed 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and they're personal emails, they're work-related emails, they're not machine-driven emails. And so it begs the question, why are people up? Why are people not sleeping? These aren't people who have night jobs and they're just getting home from work. And of course, on Facebook, of course, they're complaining that they wish that they were asleep, but they're up. And so here I am again using this forum as the means to transmute information that I have taken in over time and allowing myself to spew it back out to whomever wants to pay attention. Sleep and the lack thereof, or I should say the lack of sleep, is such a common problem. And so it's not just my friends, it's not just my family. Whoever's watching this video at least one time or another has gone through periods of insomnia, has gone through periods of just staying awake at night because of stress, because of worry, because of fear, because of caffeine, because of hyperstimulation of the brain due to television or the internet or a baby crying. You name it, something is keeping you up. And for some people that lasts for years and years. For people that I have been in relationships with, people that I love, that has been years and years of insomnia. And I know that it goes on for my clients. I know it goes on for many of you. And there's a lot of tragedy that goes on inside this body when we don't sleep, when we don't really get enough sleep. And so let's start with the basics. What goes on when we sleep? Well, I actually just read a whole article in Scientific American, one of my favorite magazines, that talks about the reset that we go through every single night before sleep. And it's very different than what science was talking about even just a few years ago. They were all saying, or scientists were believing, that when we slept, that strengthened our memory, and it strengthened our brain cells and our cognition, and all that we learned during our sleep was reinforced. Science is now disproving that, and don't get all nervous. They're saying, no, that's actually probably not what's happening. They're saying when we sleep, we reset, we actually go back to zero, and you lose a little. Your synapses quiet, die down, and go to sleep. Everything goes back to stage zero. But this is a necessary thing. Just like the body shuts down, we go completely into a state of numbness. We go completely into a state of disuse of the body. Somebody comes into the house and puts their hand at your throat, you are incapable of protecting yourself until you come to with enough understanding and strength to protect yourself. As a human system, as a mammal, this is not the strongest or smartest design of Mother Nature, but at the same time we've managed to live this long. And so the same thing could be said for the brain. So if the body needs to have time to completely go into a state of unconscious behavior, so does the brain. The brain needs time to go into a state of unconscious behavior. And so it's not that we're getting stronger with our cognitive reflexes while we sleep. We're actually getting a little bit weaker at that time. And this is a good thing. We're giving our brain a chance to completely rest. Now let's say you take all that away. Let's say you're a prisoner and you're forced to stay awake. What do? You crack up. You start to lose it. We have all gone through that. We have all gone through periods when we don't sleep enough and we are angry and we are short-tempered and we have a short fuse and we are frustrated. And so we really should see it as our job to do whatever we can to make sure that our first line of protection and health is to get that sleep. You can be the most fit cyclist, marathon runner, lifting all the weights on the planet Earth. If you're not getting 8 hours of sleep at night, all that is undone. All of that is undone. Doctors and scientists and so-and-sos would tell you the exact same thing. You need your sleep, so let's get you your sleep. Start with basics. Turn off all those stimulations towards the end of the night. Do your best to not have to work right up to the very end of your eyes being open. Can you give yourself some downtime before sleep? Can you turn off the stimulants such as TV, turn off the stimulants of your laptop, turn off the stimulants of your iPad? All that design, that light gets into the brain, keeps you awake. Keep away from the stimulants of food, sugars, caffeines, whatnots, right? Learn healing techniques to calm your system down. The next video I'm going to do, I'm going to be recording it tonight. I'm going to do a progressive relaxation video. It's going to be a 10-minute video, and you can listen to it. Truly, I'm going to be videotaping it, but it's really something that you'd want to listen to, starting from the toes all the way up to the crown of your head. Progressive relaxation, so that you can calm yourself, whether you use it for sleep, for sitting on an airplane, just to calm through the day, whatever you need to use it for. Let's talk about food. Protein before bed can be super helpful. Calcium before bed can be super helpful. There's a lot to be said for warm milk before bed, just like when we were kids. That calcium, warm, helps you sleep. There is some science behind that. We all nursed as babies. Warm milk helps us sleep. This isn't a miracle. This is basics, right? So if you really want to try something new, put a pot on the stove. Put some milk into it. Make it a whole milk. Yeah, and I know people think I'm probably gonna burn in hell for talking about milk and dairy. Oh my gosh, you could do it with almond milks or whatnot. If you're gonna use milk, use whole milk, for goodness sakes. Get all the good fats out of a whole cow right there, and have some warm calcium. Let that help you sleep. Other factors, sometimes for me the stimulation, just outside stuff, can be too much for me. My husband and I are on different rhythms at night, and I will read and go to sleep. I'll read a book. He will read digital. Okay, and that digital media will keep him going a little bit longer than it'll keep me going. I can't handle that blue light, that shimmer in the room. If I wear this eye mask before I go to sleep, or I take a nap in the middle of the day and I cover my eyes with this, I'm out. This is like a Pavlovian response. I put this on, I can't even help myself. I fall back asleep in 30 seconds. I can't use this for meditation. I can't use this for restorative yoga. The second I cover my eyes, I fall asleep. Okay? So that little thing. Then you add into it maybe earplugs, okay? So maybe your partner snores. Don't blame them. Do something about it. Put something in your ears. Cover your senses. Cover your eyes. Cover your ears. Make yourself warm. Make yourself heavy. Make sure you're very comfortable. Okay, turn off your phone. Other little things, and you know I'm going to lead into this. I'm a huge fan of my beautiful company that I now am helping to support, which is Isagenix. If you are on the system and you have your Ionic Supreme, use it. Consider using a half of a scoop at night before bed. Yes, it is a great, wonderful way to wake up in the morning on an empty stomach, but a lot of people are using this before bed because it calms stress in the body and it helps people to sleep really, really well. I have never been one to take a sleep solution, a sleep addition, a sleep support system, because I usually can sleep very, very well. That being said, when I got sick earlier in August, I wanted to sleep extremely heavy on purpose so that I would get healthy quickly. So I decided to give a try to the Isagenix Sleep Support and Renewal Spray. It's a spray you put into your mouth. It's a formulation between valerian, melatonin, and some botanical blends. It works. This stuff is the bomb. I know a lot of people have been using it for a very long time. I came on board with it in August, and I'm very, very glad that I did. You sleep really well with this stuff. You sleep not like a baby, you sleep like your husband. People say that men sleep really well. In general, that's been my experience. You sleep really well, and you don't wake up groggy, you wake up refreshed. You sleep beautifully. And that can be the difference between having to get a prescription for a sleeping supplement that may become habit forming or not. So what can you do? What can you do? Sometimes people complain to me that they are using their Isagenix formulations in conjunction with exercise and proper diet, and they're not losing any weight. One of the questions I'll ask them is, how much sleep are you getting at night? And you would be surprised that if you're not sleeping enough at night, you're not going into that quiet energy of the body, that you will not effectively burn metabolic energy during the day effectively. So it's not to your benefit to stay up and try to burn the midnight oil. It's a lot more effective to go to sleep and to get those 8 hours and to get your beauty rest. Yeah, and to wake up with a rested, available brain and spirit and soul and a body that's starting something new. A new day is present. You're not still halfway in the day that's prior to the effects of this one. You all know what I'm talking about. We've all gone through this. I would love to see posts when I wake up in the morning that talk about people waking up with a fabulous night's sleep. I just had the best night's sleep. I can't say that I've ever seen that. Maybe I should start to write that down. I just had the best night's sleep. Okay? These are all little things. I'm just commenting on stuff that I'm seeing because I care about the audience of these videos, because I care about my world, because I care about my family, my friends, my students, because I care about you. So hopefully I've mentioned something that makes you trigger a thought, that you'll try that and it works for you. All the best. Have a wonderful night's sleep. Take care.